Perfect storyline. Let's get into it. So my quirk is going to be like a time stop. He snaps his fingers and the time can stop, but only for 5 seconds. Until he's improves his quirk, maybe like when he's an adult, he can stop it for over a minute. And if he does that, it'll be pretty good. Also, he can freeze time on some of his body parts to heal them. Freeze time. He can also... he has super strength and super speed, which means he's so fast. I mean, the speed just comes from being fast. But the strength, that's actual super strength. He doesn't have no lightning around him. He doesn't have some big muscles. He just has normal health, which people underestimate him, and then he just destroys them. And he lives in a rich family with a brother and sister. The sister's kind of annoying, and the brother, well, he's just egoistic. So, let's just get into it. So, when he's at home one day, he's about 16, actually about 13. He gets home, and immediately he hears yelling. He goes, what the hell happened now? He looks in his room and see, I'm gonna call them Sally and Timmy. Alright, no, fine. Sarah is gonna be the next one, and Khan and Jeremy, no, not Jeremy, and Gabriel are gonna be second. They're arguing about all kinds of stuff and who's stronger. Christian just snaps his fingers and then goes, then just mood them until they get wrecked. Then he just stops, and then he resumes time. Then they just feel tons of barrage, and he says, Gabriel says, damn you, Christian. He goes, right, damn me. Oh, and they're about 17 years old. He also has a sister, which is the same age as her. I'm making some ties with an ordinary. It's not really a tie. It's just the name I'm using. Her name is Serafina. I'm just gonna give her that name. I can't think of any good Japanese names. And Serafina isn't even a Japanese name. Look, I don't care anymore. Hopefully I don't get copyrighted for that name. But I'm gonna use that name, Serafina, having pink and red hair. I mean, pink and yellow hair. And having the same ability, same quirk as him. But the same amount actually, yeah. He goes to his room, and him and Serafina have to share a room. They both have 2 separate beds on the other side of the room. Both have 2 computers to do their schoolwork. And yeah. Both have everything. They're the youngest. Gabriel, of course, is 17, and she's 18. So they have a giant argument sometimes. Serafina and him are 14 years old. And they get annoyed at this fighting, so basically they just muda. All they do is muda no matter what. So, on the day of the UA practical exams, they have to go there since, yeah. When he gets there, when they both get there, oh yeah, if Christian's gonna be there, he's gonna have to be like a male Serafina, if you're gonna say that. He's gonna have pink and red hair. I mean, pink and orange hair. And it's gonna look like an Izuku Midoriya kind of hair. When it starts, oh yeah, if he stops time, him and Serafina can go through it. Because they both have time stops abilities. Christian snaps his fingers, and then the 2 of them go and destroy tons of robots, going, but only in a span of 5 seconds. Christian jumps from near with 1 punch, disintegrates a robot. And then he goes and resumes time, and then Serafina stops time. They have a combo attack. Then Christian rushes over to another robot, crushes that one, going, then it starts again. Bakugo says, how did these 2 already get it? Then Christian jumps up, going, Bakugo says, that loser, he's not going to be able to do it. He goes, smash! Because he wants to imitate All Might, so he goes, smash! And crushes a robot. He goes, bam! And he says, Bakugo says, that little idiot, that nerd. Then he sees a girl about to get crushed and a boy jumping up in the air to save her. When Deku jumps, Christian grabs him and throws him in farther, saying, go get him! He goes, well, that just boosts my strength, so I'm happy. Then Deku is like, smash, and goes through the robot this time because of how much more force. He says, well, why did you do that? He says, because I wanted to help. I'm more helpful than usual, and that was gonna boost you. Literally, if you only did that, they would have just punched it and left a dent in it. You gotta break through that thing and disintegrate it. What? Like this? He goes, smash. He says, wait, you have one for all too? He goes, well, you just exposed your secret, because I don't. I just like All Might, so I imitate his techniques. I just have super strength as one of my powers. He says, excuse me, what? Do you have real life hacks? Christian goes, no, I don't. Alright, screw it. This is too much of copyright, so I can't do this. We're gonna go to my One For All story instead, and he's gonna have a One For All color. His One For All color is blue. That's because he's gonna have blue hair. He's gonna have One For All full cowling, and his hair is gonna be blue. So he's gonna go Super Saiyan Blue. I'm surpassing every legend going Super Saiyan Blue. You don't even have a license trying to step up to the prince. You're about to see the schoolboy quit. Don't you think you'll last a second at best? You think you're a stinky pile of weaponized sweat. Take the test, but you'll only fail again. And the kids without any friends. So my dude's gonna be quirkless, is what he's gonna think for a while. He usually just uses a sword. A paperweight sword, you know, not paperweight. You know that sword that Sai uses like that, but with a tip at the end that's really strong. As I said for the explosion one. He's gonna be quirkless, but still strong. One day he goes to Deku and Bakugo school. And he has the most egoistic and annoying sister in the world. Whose power is fucking dark matter. It's Akane, alright, boys? I'm putting Akane in the story. It's just she won't be like the normal Akane. The normal Akane is fucking egoistic. The Akane in that story is a bully who's actually can show her abilities. This is a story where Akane is a complete fucking... I could just make her Bakugo's sister, and she's identically as egoistic as her. So, but no. So let's just get into this. Basically, he's gonna have alright, look, he'll have blackish blue hair, but when he activates One For All full cowling, he's gonna have blue lightning. I really just want to go back to the Denki Kananari one, but I don't want to at the same time. So with this, she's an egoistic brat who always complains and tries to beat up her brother, but with his sword, he's insanely good with it. So he easily beats her. She doesn't stand a chance with his sword. She's strong, but not as strong as him. So when they go into UA, she says, I don't even know why you're here for... Oh wait, no, not yet. So one day at the end of this, she's not Bakugo's sister, remember. She's best friends with Bakugo, and Bakugo actually has an equal rival who actually is equal to him. One day, Christian and Midoriya are walking around, and then they encounter a sled monster. It attacks Midoriya. Christian says, oh, no you don't! He pulls out his sword and starts cutting it, going, keeps on stabbing his sword into it, going, let go! Then he goes for its eye, and slices out its eye, going, and then he says, then he pulls out Deku. He goes, then he pulls out a grenade. Somehow he has a grenade, pulls it off and puts it in the sled monster's house, then throws Deku forward. Then he runs back. Then the grenade explodes. He goes, ooh. Then they see. Then it reforms itself and goes, ah. Then All Might comes and says, tell California, smash, and absolutely obliterates it. Then he puts it in that bottle and he says, hey kid, he's talking to Christian, that was very brave of you, but that was also very dangerous. Where did you even get a grenade? He says, I steal them from my mom because she has them sometimes. Because some of our family's quirks require grenades, so I just take them. They're for self-defense only. And that guy was attacking my best friend, so I'm gonna nuke him. He goes, I admire your confidence, but that is too far. You can't just go nuke a monster. He goes, I just did. He goes, ha. All Might? Then Deku goes fanboy mode. Christian goes, alright Deku, you're going too much fanboy. Then they both ask if they can be heroes. He says, do you guys have a quirk? They both say no. He says, I believe you can be a hero, just a quirkless hero though. Because that sword and your grenade skills can be pretty good. But you, young Midoriya, you cannot be a hero. I don't even think you can actually. With your swordsman abilities, it doesn't matter. You're still weak. That's your quirk. They both get sad, but then the monster attacks again and gets Bakugo. They both rush in. Also, Akane gets caught. Christian goes, ah! and says, Deku, pull them out! Deku pulls out Akane, then he pulls out Bakugo. Christian says, then throws a grenade in and says, get back! Everyone says, that kid! He did. All Might says, this kid again. He threw another grenade. Then it blows up the monster. And then he goes, then All Might comes in Texas, smashes it, destroying it. He goes, what did I tell you? He says, I don't care anymore. I needed that. Okay, look, he doesn't say that. He says, alright, kid, well, I told you not to use it, but I don't care because that was amazing. He goes, thanks, All Might. But then he gets pushed to the side by kind of saying, hey, All Might, sorry about him. He says, really? Did you really just push him aside? He just saved you and you push him aside? He goes, sorry, All Might. Then drags him up saying, get up, idiot. He goes, he says, hi. He says, you two. Then they walk away. Akane already runs home because she doesn't even want to be them, because also she's going to tell their mom that he stole some of her grenades. He stole. Then she rushes home, and then Christian and Deku meet All Might. He says, you two, I have a way for you two to be heroes. And then he gives them the one for all quirk, and then they train with it. But when Christian gets home, he gets instantly yelled at, saying, how dare you? Why would you steal my grenades? He says, I mean, I kind of saved my sister with them, so... He says, I don't care, then slaps him. He goes... Christian's eye and head twitches, going, I'm sorry, what did you just do? Then she slaps him again, but he catches it and goes, Detroit Smash! Then punches her into there, going... But then his arm does break. He heads to the hospital, and they heal it up instantly. They tell him to be more careful. Then he goes out and trains with Deku and All Might, going, ah! And 11 months later, they both have unlocked One for All. Stronger techniques. So, the next one is... The next part, once they get there, the mom tells him that she shouldn't even be in UA. He shouldn't even need to sign up. He says, well, too bad I'm signing up. When it starts, Christian says, Delaware Smash! Then shoots the Delaware Smash, destroying a robot. Akane says, how the hell did he do that? Also, Bakugo says that. Then he grabs a grenade, going, and throws another grenade and exploding it. Oh, and the dad's super nice. Akane and the mom are brats. The dad always lets him have grenades because he needs them. He goes, then he grabs 5 grenades in each hand and goes, yeah. Then blows up more robots. He goes, Then finally he goes, Detroit Smash! Boom! Then breaks another robot, breaking his arm, but then he jumps up again, going, Detroit! Also using both of his legs, One for All. He goes, Smash! Boom! Saving a girl named Momo Yaoyorozu's life from being crushed by a robot as well. Well, he sees Izuku Midoriya saving, Ojako Uraraka. Christian with both broken arms and legs falls down. Recovery girl heals. Heals Deku, then goes to him and heals him. Christian goes, woohoo! I can move again. I can move. Then he gets the test results back and he got in. But Akane didn't. Then, that night, Christian is attacked by his mom and sister, saying that he didn't deserve to get DOA. Akane did. Then Christian pulls out a grenade and says, would you like to be exploded by it? She shoots a dark matter blast, which incinerates. He goes, shit. And he goes, Delaware smash! Boom! Knocks back the dark matter blast and hits them. They go, ah! He says, you want to go now? They say, you little brat, you better not show up to UA. I'm gonna say that Akane is switching your place. And when they do this, next day he walks into UA, and they say, hello, you're not supposed to be here. Your sister is. Christian says, she didn't pass the exam, actually. I did. My mom did it on purpose, because my mom and sister are spoiled-ass brats, so my mom decided to put her in the school, because I got in, and she didn't, because she was all about her ego. He says, well, you are allowed in, as long as you show us your test results. Christian shows them that he passed, and then they say, welcome in. Nezu says that. Then he walks into 1A. He says, how did you get in? He says, I got in because I actually help people. That's the main part of being a hero. Baku Explogo. Then he sits down and says, Midoriya, what's up? They do the secret handshake going boom, boom. Then they both go, one for all. Detroit Smash. It's not a real Detroit Smash. They go, boo. Then out of nowhere, Izuku is pushed down by Akane. He says, do you really want to die? Then he goes, oh, it doesn't sound really heroic. Kirishima says, shut it, weird hair. He says, geez. He says, what? She just pushed Izuku to the ground. You call that it? You call that heroic? He said, heroic? He says, okay, no, also, yeah, that wasn't very heroic either. He goes, damn right, Kirishima. He goes, wait, how do you know my name? He says, remember me, the dude who actually destroyed robots? He goes, oh yeah, grenade dude. He says, my name is Christian. He goes, okay. He goes, geez. He goes, where do you get those grenades? He says, Akane says, he steals them from mom. He goes, that sounds cool. Then he goes and sits down, and she says, how did you get in? You weren't supposed to be here. Remember? I passed the exam. You didn't. He says, then what's this? And they see his test result being he got in. She goes, you didn't pass. Mom just tried to let you get in by switching my test result and printing a brand new UA test result, even though mom's pretty dumb. He says, what did you call her? He says, you're both dumb. There was no paper for it. It was a holographic message. I printed a paper to make it look like it. It's a holographic message from All Might. Not. What? In about 5 minutes. Alright. He says, it was a holographic message from All Might that you had to get, and you didn't get it. You apparently thought that a paper worked, and Principal Nezu knows this. So you're technically not even supposed to be here. Aizawa counts out everyone, and he notices that there's 21 kids here. There's 22, and there's only supposed to be 21. He says, Akane Ryuki, please get out of this classroom. You do not belong here. You did not pass the UA entrance exam. You do not belong here. Then she goes, this is all your fault. Then shoots a blast at him. He goes, he says instead, Delaware Smash. Then flicks, and then a giant wind blast comes in and disperses the attack. He says, get out of here. Then when they do this, when he gets home, he catches all the punches that their mom gives, but he catches them all. He says, now what? He says, how dare you give your sister a fake form from UA? He says, I already told her it's not a form. It's a holographic message. He says, well, I'm taking you out and putting you into Ketsubutsu Academy. He says, it's way better than UA. He says, then why don't you take Akane there? You like her more. He says, take her to Ketsubutsu Academy. Look, I'm just gonna send her to the school that Kami is at. Then she goes to that school and she finds a dorm there that they go to. Well, Christian's at UA. And Dad Zawa, because that's his new nickname, everyone loves Dad Zawa, gives him his own dorm. They give instead of this, I'm going to say that they get the dorms a lot earlier. They get the dorms so the students can know each other better, and also so they don't get attacked by villains, because I have a feeling they will. And that's it for this video, so goodbye.